What's good, everyone? Welcome back to Wash Trucking. Today we're hitting y'all with a deep dive into some must-know trucking essentials. We're talking alcohol and drug testing, breaking down the heart of the operation, your CMV, size and weight limits so you don't end up in hot water, how to handle weigh stations, and a simple way for a bridge formula. This ain't some dry textbook talk. It's knowledge from my 10 years behind the wheel, sprinkled with tips, tricks, and wisdom I picked up from the road. Let's get rolling. All right, y'all, let's talk about alcohol and drug testing. Now, I know what some of y'all are thinking. Man, I got this under control. But listen up, because the FMCSA don't play when it comes to keeping the road safe. All right, alcohol misuse. The rules are real clear. You're banned from drinking 4 hours before your shift. That's non-negotiable. Why? Because even if you feel fine, your reflexes still could be off. Got a BAC of a 0.4 or higher while on duty? Say goodbye to that paycheck. You're bench until further notice. Even if it's between a 0.02 and a 0.04, you're still sitting out for a full 24 hours. And when it comes to drug use, these are the straight facts. Recreational drugs, forget about it. Even a tiny trace can ruin your career. Prescription meds, they're cool if your doctor says they won't mess with your ability to drive. Always keep your paperwork on you just in case the boss or DOT asks. Refusing a test? Man, that's career suicide. If you refuse a drug or alcohol test, it's game over until you go through the whole return to duty process. And trust me, that's a long, expensive road you don't want to travel. Bottom line, don't gamble with your CDL. If you're unsure about a drink or a prescription, play it safe. This ain't about just rules, it's about lives. Next up, your commercial motor vehicle. Your bread and butter, your partner in crime on the open road. If you don't know your rig like the back of your hand, you're already slipping. Let's break it down. The tractor, your powerhouse. Think of the tractor as the muscle. You've got two main styles. A conventional tractor, classic setup, engine under the hood, driver up front, smooth ride, easier maintenance, and better aerodynamics. And then there's the cab over the engine, or COE. Old school, flat face design where you're sitting over the engine. Tight spaces, this is your MVP. But good luck finding one these days stateside. Here's a tip. If you're hopping between rigs, always check the controls. Not every tractor handles the same. All right, now onto the back half of your CMV. We're gonna go ahead and start with the trailer. That's your moneymaker. You have two types. You have a semi-trailer. The front end hooks onto your tractor's fifth wheel and shares the load. Then you have a full trailer, self-sufficient with its own axles. These are rare in general trucking, but they're still out there. Then we have our axles, wheels, and more. All right, we're gonna start with our fifth wheel. This is the MVP of coupling devices. Keep it greased, inspected, and always double check your lock before rolling out. Then you have the kingpin. It's the heavy-duty metal pin under your trailer that locks into your tractor's fifth wheel, keeping the whole rig connected and secure. Treat it right, keep it clean, greased, damage-free, or you're risking your load and your livelihood. And last but not least, we have our tandem axles. Two axles working together to distribute weight. If your load's heavy, these are your best friend. Now, there is more to this coupling system, and we'll get into that in another video. Knowing your rig isn't just about passing inspection. It's about staying safe and efficient. Be the driver who knows their truck inside and out, not the one holding up the shop. And moving right along to what's next. Now let's talk about size and weight limits. You might think it's just a number, but those numbers can make or break your day and your wallet. All right, let's go over some federal limits. The size of your truck. When I say truck, I'm talking about your tractor. You're maxed out at 102 inches. Anything wider, and you're looking at special permits. All right, now the length of your trailers. A semi-trailer has to be a minimum of 48 feet. Double trailers, each trailer needs to be at least 28 feet. And now let's talk about weight. If you have a single axle, 20,000 pounds max. A tandem axle, 34,000 pounds max. And your gross vehicle weight, 80,000 pounds is the ceiling. All right, let's talk about your bridge formula, the fine print. This just ain't DOT being picky. It's about keeping bridges from collapsing underneath your rig. The formula checks your axle spacing and weight distribution. Got axles too close together or overloaded? Time to hit the dock and redistribute. Now, the bridge formula is a mathematical equation. I'm not gonna go over it. Just remember, every tractor is different. Some tractors, each hole is 1,000 pounds. Some tractors is 2,500. Each tractor manufacturer is different. So before you head out, check with your job to make sure you understand how to slide your tandems. Listen, don't play games with these numbers. If you're overweight or oversized, you're risking big fines, or worse, an accident. Stay compliant and save yourself the headache. Now for the real test, weigh stations. Every driver's got to deal with them, so let's get you ready. When to stop. Some states want every truck to stop. Others only flag down big rigs. If you're not sure, just pull in. Skipping one when you should have stopped, that's a hefty fine waiting for you. What happens inside the weigh station? They'll weigh your rig and check for compliance. If you're good, you're out in minutes. If not, you're stuck dealing with fines, warnings, or worse, downtime. Low clearances. This is where it gets tricky. Don't trust the posted heights. Settling pavement, repaving, or even packed snow can change the clearances. When in doubt, double check your route. Here's a pro tip. Invest in a truck-specific GPS. Regular GPS apps don't account for clearance issues, and the last thing you want is to be that driver stuck under a bridge. And last on our roster, we're going to talk about CAT scales. A trucker's go-to for weighing up and staying legal. These bad boys aren't just convenient, they're essential for keeping your rig compliant and your wallet out of harm's way. How do CAT scales work? CAT scales are spread across truck stops nationwide, and they're crazy easy to use. Roll into the scale, hit the intercom, and let the attendant know if it's your first weigh or a reweigh. In seconds, you got your axle weights, gross weight, all printed out for you. When should you use a CAT scale? After loading. As soon as you're loaded up, hit a CAT scale to ensure you're not over your axle or gross weight limits. Before a long haul. If you're crossing state lines, make sure your weight checks out to avoid fines at weight stations. After adjustments, shifted your tandems or redistributed the load, reweigh to confirm everything is good to go. Why are CAT scales so important? The accuracy. CAT scales are certified, meaning their weights hold up under DOT scrutiny. Peace of mind. Knowing your weight is on point lets you drive with confidence. And the guarantee. Mess up at a weigh station scale and get fined? CAT scales guaranteed has your back. Reimbursements are part of the deal. And here's a tip. Keep those weight tickets. They're your receipt for being road ready and can save you a ton of hassle. All right, there you have it. The game plan for staying safe, legal, and efficient out here on the road. Remember, it's all about knowing the rules, respecting your rig, and staying sharp. If you found this helpful, smash that like button, subscribe to Watch Truckin', and drop a comment below. What other topics should we cover? Let's keep building that driver knowledge. Until next time, stay safe, keep hustling, and keep rolling.